Yo, what is up everyone? I got the complete guide with everything you need to know for the new Call of Duty Cold War that's coming out. This includes gameplay, multiplayer, zombies, Warzone, everything you need to know including DLC, price points, this generation, next generation, how that's going to work out, and everything you need to be prepared for when this game drops. Don't forget that if you do enjoy the video to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see some of my previous videos, then just go to my channel and look at the playlist and you'll find everything you need there. I hope you enjoy the video and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Now for the first thing that I want to introduce to you guys is the prices and the consoles. So let's move into the PS4 and then we're going to go to the Xbox because they're going to be slightly different. This is also going to include the next generation as well. So for the PS4 we're looking at a release date of November 13th. We've seen previous Call of Duties, they're going to release it on the Friday 13th of that month, which happens to be November 13th of this year. The PS4 is going to be first to receive the open beta with a pre-order of the game. So if you don't pre-order the game, don't worry, it's going to come around. It's just going to be at a later time, probably on the weekend like we've seen them do in the past. Now there's going to be 3 different price points for this game. So for the first one, it's going to be $59.99. The second one is going to be $69.99, and the third one is going to be $89.99. So for the first one, it's just the base one. You're just going to get it for the PS4 model, and that's it. For the $69.99, this is where the things are going to get different. You're going to get the cross-gen bundle. So this is going to include the game for this version of the PS4 and then the PS5, which is expected to release this year. Now the $89.99 version, this is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. You're going to get the Land and Sea pack, Land, Sea, and Air pack, my bad, and the Battle Pass, which includes 20 tier skips right off the bat. So with this, you're going to get the Battle Pass, which is going to give you 20 tier skips. If you like that grinding, you want to skip ahead, get those free guns that it comes with, usually like within the first 20 tiers anyways. And then you're also going to get a DLC, which is a Land, Sea, and Air pack. Now this contains 3 operator skins, 3 vehicle skins, and 3 developer crafted. One thing to note is that the $59.99 version, if you do end up getting that, don't worry, you can upgrade it for just $10 to the next bundle. I think this is just really great to help push that new $70 price point on the cross-gen bundle. I think it's great to give them the option. If they don't want to maybe pay that full $70, then they can wait a little bit and then wait till the PS5 comes out till they actually need to pay that $70 to get it on the next generation console. Now for the Xbox, the price points are going to be different. So there's going to be 2 versions, the $59.99 and the $69.99. So for the first version, you're only going to get it on the Xbox One. That's all you're going to get it on. And then the $69.99, you're going to get it on both Xboxes, this gen and the next gen. Now some things to note is if you have an Xbox, you're not going to get access to the beta open when it first comes out, and you're also not going to be given the opportunity, if say you get the $59.99 version, you're not going to be able to give them the opportunity to upgrade it just for $10 to that next gen version. So just know that if you're looking to buy the Cold War for your Xbox, you might want to spend that extra $10 right away, just so you don't have to waste the extra $70 in the long run. Now guys, for the next thing I'm getting into, we're going straight into the campaign. So the campaign, as we know, this is Cold War. This is a sequel to the first Call of Duty Black Ops. So when I was looking over this information, gathering everything, I found this really interesting actually, how the campaign actually is now going to have multiple story endings. Yeah, so everything you decide in the game is going to be a big deciding factor of how the game ends. So certain dialogue that you can pick, certain choices, certain rooms you can go in, those are all going to be directed in how your campaign ends, which is going to give each campaign and each person a different feeling and just a more sense of accomplishment since you chose everything and you know the direction it's going to go in. Another thing that I figured out with this and that I thought was really interesting was the ability to change the face tone and the gender. As we've seen in multiple Call of Duties in the past, this has not been an option. This is more of a Fallout type option where, I don't know if you've played, but when you're starting up, you build your character, you pick his face on. This is what their campaign is more directed towards, a more real life, a more emotionally connected to your campaign to help those viewers stay connected. Another thing that I saw was the physiological profile. Much like Fallout, they're going to be adding little attribute traits that will help you in the game, such as giving you perks, making you faster. Some examples we see are paranoia will increase your ADS speed by 50%, Violent tendencies increases bullet damage by 25%, and Lone Wolf doubles the amount of time you can sprint, and Professional, my mistake, grants full movement speed while in ADS. I think this is just a really good thing to add overall. This is going to add a lot of diversity between your campaign players, how it turns out. This is going to make good for a lot of content, especially since you're going to have multiple different endings. You can have multiple different story campaigns, multiple different gameplays. This is just really good overall, and I'm really excited to see what this has to offer. We haven't seen anything like this in the previous Call of Duty, so I just want to see what they've been working on during this quarantine. Honestly, they've had a lot of free time. I want to see how this works in game. See if it lives up to the hype. Alright, guys. So for the next thing, I'm going straight into the multiplayer. So as many of us know, we have specialists in Modern Warfare, such as my favorite Dead Silence, which I thought was kind of interesting when the game came out, especially since it started as a perk. But now that I'm looking over the multiplayer, the changes, everything that's coming to the game in Call of Duty Cold War, some changes to take note of, I should say, is the full health auto regen. This means that yes, they are taking away the stim. I know a lot of us saw the stim coming into the game this year, and I thought it was a great implement. It helped change the gameplay. You could use it both defensive and offensively, but this year they are taking it away, which I think is great. This is going to go back to the roots of Call of Duty, just like the first one, just like the one that all grabbed us into the game, and honestly one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite. So I think this is just really good overall to implement into the game. The next thing we have is Dead Silence. Yes, Dead Silence is a perk again. I'm so excited to see this because when I saw it as a specialist, I thought, how am I going to get around the map without them hearing me? How am I going to wrap around? How am I going to rush in without them hearing me? We all know everyone today, if you're playing video games, you're going to have a good headset with surround sound. You're going to pick up those footsteps as we're spawning in. That's just how it works. So they're adding Dead Silence as a perk again. This is gonna be crazy. Honestly, this is gonna go back to the roots of Call of Duty Black Ops, just like we've all seen it. Thing that I noticed that was interesting is just like in the first Call of Duty, they're bringing back in a perk for extra attachments. So this means you're gonna have up to 6 attachments on your gun with a perk. Now this is going to make for some crazy classes in multiplayer. I'm absolutely excited to see what this has in stock for the Call of Duty players. Although they did say that they weren't bringing as much of a selection back to the multiplayer games, they still are going to keep those same roots, having multiple class setups. It's called a hybrid setup where you can select from different choices. They're just going to be narrowing down the choices because we've seen in Modern Warfare how some guns like the M4 can have up to 50 attachments. It's just absolutely crazy. I think that with them bringing this back, it's going to go back to, like, as I keep basing my points on, the centralized roots of what brought all us COD players into loving the game that we love. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I'm most excited for out of everything from this game is the zombies. As we've seen some talk about it, but they're adding 4 new game modes. They're Pandemic/Outbreak, Armored Cargo Trucks and Truck Wars, Plunder, Fire Sale, and Zombies Royale. Now, when I'm reading through these names, like Pandemic Outbreak sounds like more of an infection type game where you could actually maybe be the zombies. Once you die, you run around the map trying to infect everyone. I don't know how they're going to do the lives. I don't know how many lives you get, how that's going to work, but I'm excited for this. The Armored Cargo/Truck Wars, I'm not too sure what this has to offer or what this has to do with zombies in general, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do out of that. The Plunder Fire Sale, this sounds to me, when I read it, like you're going to have faster rounds, more zombies coming, but everything's going to be at a cheaper price. You're going to be able to get money a lot faster, so it's just going to be more like of a rush round where you're just pretty much running around from all these zombies that are just coming in rapidly, and it's just not stopping. It's probably like a continuous round, more based on time limit. And then the Zombies Royale, this is what's absolutely crazy to me. So players turn into zombies on death but become human again by consuming fallen players' hearts. So this means that it's going to be into Warzone probably. It's going to be of a battle royale like it says in the name. but when you die, you're going to turn into a zombie, and then you could roam around the map, try to avoid people, and then if you consume a dead person's heart, then you come back to life. I think this is interesting. I think this is great, honestly. This is going to add a twist to Warzone, something that we haven't seen recently or even done in a game before. I think it's just going to be great overall for the game. It's going to bring in a lot of new people, and it's just going to be really fun to experiment with and get those new people who haven't played Warzone or only stick to multiplayer to help them experience new ground. I think this is just going to be great overall for content-wise too. I'm going to be excited to watch this. I have no clue how they're going to do this. One thing I did notice is that for zombies, I think some of the information might carry over with the Warzone. I don't know how they're doing that yet, but we're going to get more into that in the next part of the video, so stay tuned. Alright guys, and lastly, the part you guys are probably most excited for is Warzone. So there's been a lot of speculations about Warzone, what's going to happen to it, what's going to mean for the next game. So as we've seen, the trailer launched in Warzone game, in real time in the Warzone game. They kind of did this in Fortnite with I believe it was a Marshmallow concert, the live event. They're implementing the same thing into Warzone. So some things that I found is that the data will carry over. So I'm not sure how that's going to work entirely. Like if you have a battle pass on one Warzone, maybe they're run by two different servers, so it's not really going to be an issue. But I'm not too sure how that's going to work with the data. The live event. Alright, so I know we all saw the live event of the nuke that happened in Warzone. I'm not sure what this has to entail with the new Call of Duty Cold War that's coming out, but all I know is I'm excited to see what they're going to have to do with this game mode, I should say. What changes they're going to make, what map changes they're going to make, what new guns they're going to make. Everything that I'm wondering, I hope they can answer it soon. I hope there's going to be a lot of new map changes, maybe a lot of new gameplay changes, how we're going to be able to change the game. I'm just really excited overall to see what they have to do with this game. Now this is going to be it for the video, guys. Don't forget, if you did enjoy, to leave a like. I'm going to leave all the links that I use in the description below. And don't forget to go check out my other videos and leave a comment description. That's going to be all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.